Hello and welcome to episode 14 of the What Say You podcast. I'm Brian Quinn.
And I'm Sal Volcano.
And we are not your host this week, really. This is, well, how would you explain this?
Well, at first we were just going to do an intro. Here's what happened. Q has been probably the sickest I've seen you in quite a long time, if not ever.
Right.
And it's lasted 2 full weeks.
Sundays, 3 weeks.
Sundays, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So we couldn't get to some things that we really, really wanted to get to, namely the Fast and Furious marathon. Mm-hmm. And a couple of other things. Like this was going to be our big nugget week.
Right.
But we want to do it right, and you were really ill. So just by chance, just by a serendipitous turn of events.
Happenstance.
Yeah, happenstance. The JV team was called in.
That's right.
The JV team that debuted last week of Casey Jost and Joe Imbergio were called in because you were ill, and between our shooting schedule and everything, we just couldn't get it. And we were like, you know what? They're fresh in people's minds. Let them run with it.
Right.
So those guys recorded a podcast,
which you're going to hear now. Mm-hmm. But it's not very long.
Yeah. They tried, but it took a while. They had some
technical
hurdles.
issues?
Yeah. And when it was all said and done, it only came out to about a half hour, or it was about.
Right.
So not that long. So we figured we'd do an intro for it and then add to it. Or is that right?
Yeah, I guess an intro.
Are we gonna do our thing right now and then put it at the end, or let them play it now and then we come at the end?
Well,
it's a creative choice.
Yeah, I guess let's intro them and do for as long as we can, and then put them on.
Okay.
Let them own it.
Okay.
Because they did step in and do me a favor. I've been really ill, but I think I've turned the corner. I don't feel like throwing myself off a bridge every 2 seconds now because of the pain. So I think that we should be all right. We'll have a regular episode back next week with the debut of Nugget News.
Nugget News, yeah.
And but for now, you're going to enjoy these two. And we listen. It's very funny. And they're two charming gentlemen.
They're great. I can listen to them all day.
Yeah? You can listen to them all day? I
can listen to the 1 hour podcast. Pausing every 5 minutes.
Right. But we do have a little time. We don't have to rush right now. So we broke out this mic and here we are. We can spend a little time with everybody.
Yeah. And do we want to say next week, for next week's podcast, we're probably going to be recording it from a remote location.
Yes. That's right.
We are taking the Impractical Jokers show on the road.
Mm-hmm. And we're not going to say where now. We'll say it next week while we record there.
Yes, we'll say it.
There we go.
We are leaving New York with a good portion of our crew, and we're going to go have some fun somewhere else.
Right.
And we're going to be there for the better part of a week, probably the whole week, actually.
Yeah.
And we're going to film a full episode.
Fish out of water style.
Yes.
So it's going to be pretty interesting.
And during that time is when we're going to film the podcast.
Right.
So that should be fun because maybe we'll have some stories.
Right.
Maybe we'll bring on a little special guest or two.
I won't be dying. It'll be great.
Yeah.
But we got some. Well, do we want to? I don't want to jump into the business. Let's end with the business. So people tuning in don't just listen to excuses, then business, then shenanigans.
Okay.
Let's throw some shenanigans at them right now.
Okay.
What do you got? Any shenanigans?
Man, you threw it right on
What
me?
say you? Shenanigans, my friend.
Oof.
How are you enjoying the podcast so far? Let's talk about that.
I love the podcast.
Yeah?
I love it. I don't listen back to it.
Right.
Unless something I thought was really funny and I kind of want to just go jump to that point to see if I can get anything from it for whatever else. I don't know. Just, sometimes this kind of things spark creativity. But I like it. I usually skim it, and it's fun. Because sometimes I just want to hear, like, is it engaging me?
Right.
Me. Mm-hmm. and I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. I think it's great. I actually love doing it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I just want to do it forever.
Well, there's no reason we can't, my friend.
Yeah.
Especially if we become the award-winning podcast that I hope we do.
That's right. Business right now again.
No. Discuss the business later. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a fun dynamic doing one with you, and I'm really enjoying it. I look forward to it every week because with Tell 'em Steve Dave, I know every week I'm going to have that. It's hard to do. It's hard to do Tell 'em Steve Dave for me every week because of our schedule. So
right.
to take out of your schedule that you have now an additional 6 hours to drive down to Jersey, record a podcast, drive back. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I throw that in every week, but I love it so much that to me it's like the best part of the week almost.
Right.
And this has joined that as well of just like, I know for at least a little bit out of the week it's going to be Sal and I sitting down, just bullshitting and talking like we do.
Well, it is hanging out. That's what it is. We're hanging out.
Right.
It's really just, I just had some turkey meatloaf that you recommended. It was delicious.
Yes.
And we're just shooting the S.
Right.
And, it's like, it's almost like just relaxing to me. It's cathartic in a way.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I air my grievances. Hopefully I come out of each podcast a little bit better.
Right. Okay.
Than I was.
Have you watched, I just tweeted this, and I wonder if you've never watched the BBC Sherlock
No.
series? Dude, it's beyond excellent. It's like up there with like some of the best series made. Really good.
I have some favorite BBC series.
Yeah? What do you got?
Besides The Office and was it Spaced? I liked, right? But there was Summer Heights High, which I think was BBC.
I never saw that.
Oh man,
No,
really
which
good.
one's that?
It's one dude, and his name escapes me, but he played 3 characters.
Okay.
And every episode, each character had an act, and it was a storyline. And he was in like grammar school. And he played a young kid. He played one of the teachers. I think he played a homosexual teacher, a punk bully kid, and he played, I think, a girl. And he's so good. I think he's like super, super famous over there.
Over there.
Summer Heights High.
I'd like to be super famous over there. Oh, this is, he's got a show on now on HBO
He probably does.
called Jemay, where it's the same. I think it's Australian. I don't think it's English.
Oh, it's you know what? It's probably not English, but
Yeah.
but it was on the BBC when I saw it first.
Right.
Did you say Treme?
Jemay?
Oh, is that one of his characters?
That's one of his characters.
Yes.
Yeah, and he has a whole show based just on Jemay right now.
He's brilliant.
It's really
He's
funny.
brilliant.
Yeah, he's really
What is
funny.
his name?
I
I just want to say it so he isn't.
Yeah. We should see if he's on Twitter. We can follow him.
Ah, there it is.
There we go.
That comes up naturally.
It sure does. Chris Lilly?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
Chris Lilly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
Australia, not BBC.
Australian, yeah.
But they cut out the maybe it's just her parts. I don't know if it's a new thing, but they cut out Jemay and it's really funny.
Yeah. And then, you got, of course, the In-Betweeners.
All the In-Betweeners but that wasn't BBC.
Okay.
That was Sky. But I guess we could just talk about British television.
British
in
is
general.
was really what I
Yeah.
mean. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, In-Betweeners is, anybody who listens to Tell 'em Steve Dave knows how much I blow that show. That was one of my favorite shows ever made.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's on Netflix now. And the movie's on Netflix now, too. Yeah, so you could catch up on that.
That's awesome.
And that is made by someone who became a very good friend of ours. Who they're out there making the sequel right now. They're shooting in Australia.
Right.
I'm very excited by that.
I thought you were going to be in that.
No, I tried to bully him into giving me. I told him
I thought I heard Joe say that.
No,
I thought I heard Joe say that he asked you to be the lead or one of the leads. I don't know. Well,
no, that definitely did not happen. No. I said to him, I was like, I will. I said I will fly myself, and not even to be in it. I was like, look, man, I want to come to set and just see you guys do your thing.
Oh my God, I would do that, but I don't know if I could ever get to Australia.
Well, I didn't know they were shooting in Australia when I said that. They were. I thought they were shooting. I'm sure they're shooting some of it in England. It's got to start in England.
Getting to Australia with the anticipation of going to the set, I might be able to somehow surmise the patience and fortitude it takes. But imagine like when you're done in Australia, and you just have to like ride home. Was it like 75 hours on the plane? What is it?
It's
65.
No, I think it's like 25 hours.
Is it really?
Yeah, like it's really bad.
What's happening basically? 25 hours is enough chunk of time to say that that's a slice of life.
Yeah.
Right. Like we just flew home from Cleveland today. It was like an hour and 10 minutes.
Right.
Whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't really affect, but 25 hours is a day of your life. That is a slice of life where you almost like, oh, for that day I lived in the air
Right.
on a plane. I fell asleep. I had a full 8 hours. I woke up. I had 3 meals.
Right.
I probably went to the restroom.
Sure.
I had a couple of conversations.
Watched a
I watched some
movie, maybe,
TV. I
read some
took a
books.
nap. Like it's a full day of your entire life in the sky.
Yeah.
You're like a bird.
It is. I think I would do it if I had time. We don't have time because that's 24 hours there, 24 hours back. So right away you're fucked. Although you could fly to LA, spend a day or two in LA just to break it up, and then fly 17 hours.
Like they did in Lost.
Right. That didn't work
Oceanic.
out well. But Ian, we didn't even mention his name, Ian Morris, who created In-Betweeners with Damon Beasley, became a very good friend of ours.
Yeah.
And I love the guy to death.
Coolest dude.
Yes. Him and his lovely wife. And
his wife, we should say.
right, Pony Boy.
Well, people might not know this on our podcast. They probably do on Tell 'em Steve Dave. But
Okay.
Ian's wife, Ian, one of the creators of the In-Betweeners, this series, his wife is a very, very talented singer, songwriter, musician.
Right.
And she, if you've ever heard the full version of Butterfly Crime Scene, which is the song I sang
Right.
at the baseball stadium in like episode 1, I believe, of our show.
Very early on. Yeah.
I think it was episode 1, might have been episode 2. Q wrote extended lyrics to that. We handed it off to her. She got musician friends, went into the studio and professionally recorded an entire unbelievable
It's great.
in the genre of like 80s power ballad.
It's the theme for the Tenderloins podcast.
That's correct.
Anytime you've listened to the Tenderloin podcast, that song opens it up.
And if you ever come see us live, we play it over the audio over the
Right.
speakers.
While you're entering and finding your seat, it's in there.
Yes, and it's available on like Bandcamp.
Yes, I believe so. I have to ask Murray. He's the one that said that.
You could look for it. But anyway, his wife is Marshall,
Michelle.
and she is the one who did that for
Right.
us.
So he never told me I could star in this, or even told me I could come to
Oh,
set.
man, I heard Gatto literally say to
don't
you,
know
didn't
why.
they say that you want to be...
Do you think I would be here now if I could fucking...
No, but I remember when I was here and I was like, oh shit, that's amazing.
No, I wish that happened.
Maybe he was just like messing around.
I wouldn't want to start. I wouldn't want to do, because the 4 of them in the In-Betweeners are so perfect in their role.
Well, yeah, I didn't think you'd be like the 5th.
But that's what I mean. Like, I wouldn't even want to...
You'd come in between it.
I wouldn't even want to fuck with, like, I'm sure I'm not a good actor, and they're brilliant.
Yeah.
So it's like, I would like to, like, check them out in a grocery store. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're talking in front of me, and I can just watch while I, like, ring condoms
Right.
and shit for them while they went on their trip.
They're nice guys too. As a matter of fact, Blake, they know our show. And they
Oh, my
like our
God,
show.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Sure.
He's reached out a few times. And said
James
some nice things.
Buckley,
Yes.
who plays Jay on the show, huge fan of our show. I sent him the DVDs, and him and his wife watched
cool,
it.
cool.
Yeah, they're really, really nice people.
So that's a good one. There's another British show called The Mighty Boosh.
I have the whole series.
Okay, so that show was uber popular, right?
Yes.
And like they are like super famous over there, like by storm. And I think that HBO got that and played it here and stuff like that. And I watched an episode or two, and I didn't. It didn't.
Super British, man.
It didn't
like,
take
you
with
really
me.
got to be in the mood for that sort
Yeah.
of British mentality. The they have League of Gentlemen, which I think everybody should watch. Which is it's based on this fucked up town called Royston Vasey, is a great one. And Sherlock. I mean, getting back to Sherlock, dude. Like,
Right.
it's so accessible. And
Can you understand what they're saying?
every word?
You sure about that?
They're real posh British.
You can.
No. Yeah, I know what you're saying because I have that British, but it's real. Like, they're not speaking like, "Oh, governor, what's up with the ups and downs on this one, mate?" It's like straight up, like they're almost speaking.
Okay, because I saw Snatch.
Yeah, no, nothing like that.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about this. I saw this weekend. I got this girl. I don't know why I made that horribly easy, stupid
That's
joke.
all
Okay, so I saw Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Snatch is one of the worst words for vagina I've ever heard in my entire life.
really is.
It's disgusting.
Right.
I don't think I've ever said it in reference to a
People
vagina.
don't call each other snatch either.
But before that, just now, I don't think I've ever said it. It just like, I was like, yeah, I don't say that word. Like, what that, can you look up the etymology of that word?
I could try, sure.
While we're at it, I saw that in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, which is where people were like, you have to see this, you have to see this.
Right.
And I watch it, and I could not enjoy it because I could not understand a blessed thing that they were saying to each other, and I just gave up. And the same exact thing happened with the Robert Downey movie Sherlock Holmes.
Get
Right?
out of here. You couldn't understand that?
No, like I think that they like the audio mix was like I was watching it, like what the fuck are they saying? It's like every week when I watch Homeland and Saul talks. Do you watch Homeland?
No, I don't watch Homeland.
Oh, Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah.
He's like one of the leads. He's awesome in it, but he mumbles through the whole thing, man.
Really?
And everything he says in this show, like everything's on like hyper tense,
Right.
And like everything, like he's he's the head of the CIA,
Okay.
and when he speaks, it's usually if it's not about his dumb cheating wife.
Is that what she is? Does he call her a dumb cheating wife?
No, but I mean, I'm over it. I mean, let me tell you about his wife. Okay, they've been married like 30 or 40 years in the show,
Right.
but they're like hit like a rough patch right now because of his job is so demanding, and you know, I get it. But also, there's no excuse. Like,
Right.
she ends up cheating on him, and it ends up
With another character on the show?
Well, this is a spoiler alert. If you watch Homeland and you haven't watched up to season, let's say 2, go fuck yourself. I don't know what to say exactly.
Just turn it down now for the next
Yeah.
30 seconds.
She ends up sleeping with what she doesn't know is a spy.
Really?
Yes, this younger guy comes into her life. He cheats on it. And Saul handles it great. But anyway, the guy mumbles through everything. And he's usually like...
It's a character choice, or that's just how Mandy's talking?
No, because I think Mandy, I've seen him in other things. I think it's a character choice. He's very like stoic and very like he has this monotonous type of like drab to it. And I have to keep pausing it and rewinding because he's
Really?
like,
Why don't you put the subtitles on?
then I can't take my eyes off the text.
Right, okay.
Then I can't even, then I could know what's going on and I can't see what's going on.
Right. Okay.
But anyway, he's usually ordering some like crazy shit to happen.
Right.
The show is pretty intense. It has amazing moments, but also like the characters are like also like good, but sometimes they could be annoying. But I was thinking about this the other day. I'm watching this show, right, and it's all about Homeland Security and spies and agents and assassinations and everything. Like, it's Homeland Security, and it's so intense. The show is so intense. Like, it's an hour-long drama, and it's always like. There's always, like, they're either setting up something huge or it's a tense moment or someone's going to get killed or someone's lying. You don't know who's lying. And it gives me anxiety to watch the show. Really? It gives me anxiety.
You do that. You get that. Like, you live through these shit.
Man, because everybody in the show is effed up. The main character is Claire Danes. She's bipolar.
Right. So she has breakdowns, right?
And she's a top agent, but she has huge breakdowns. Right. You never know what's going on with her. They do that thing where you don't know exactly who's telling the truth.
Right.
Then you got the other guy, his name is Brody, Nicholas Brody, and that's Damian Lewis. He's the other main character. And this guy too he was a prisoner of war, he was tortured, he was turned, and then he was an enemy of the state, and then he tried to assassinate the vice president, but then he turned back, and then he found love, but then his daughter turned out, and it's every moment is a horrible life for everyone involved. And
Breaking Bad did that to me.
Yeah.
I would watch it and I'd just be like, oh, I don't feel good watching this.
But at least in Breaking Bad, there were moments of like, even if like it was unintentional, there was some moments of like Saul, the other Saul, was amazing.
Levity would just come in somewhere.
Yeah, and even himself, like they would throw in once in a while a tinge of humor,
right.
Or they would show like even in the dialogue, but Jesse.
Rare. I would just watch it though.
Well, not home, but Homeland doesn't do it.
Doesn't do that at all. It's just brutal.
It doesn't do it at all. And I wondered to myself, these people that are, I mean, this is heightened for television, but these people that have these actual jobs, even the president, where how does the president?
Right.
I get overwhelmed with my lifestyle, and sometimes I have panic attacks,
right.
And I just feel like I'm drowning sometimes, and we all do.
Sure.
Everything's relative. How the fuck?
How is he the president?
Does the president or the CIA or these Secret Service agents or anyone like that you'll never, it's not even about get above water. You just have to get in a pocket and be like, this is my life. It's one after the other. I owned a bar. And I couldn't take it, and I had 2 partners because every minute is problem solving. Right. Every minute, and it's like, there's some downtime where like you have a free drink, and you do it. But I watch his show, and I'm like, and they have to have times where they just like
a boring day at the CIA.
Yeah, like
I don't know, I don't want to hear that.
They have to have times where they're just like, They're like, oh my God, I'm going to go get like a cheesecake and I'm going to watch like reruns of something.
Well,
and
at home, right?
yeah, they don't show that though. I would like them to show that.
Like it's just custom man taking in sweats, eating some ice cream.
They should do that. But what you tell me right now, the president of the United States of America,
Right.
I would feel so guilty
Right.
if I was the president and I had 1 ounce of time to myself.
Well, I don't think he's like if he goes golfing or something like that. I don't think he's not being the president. I'm sure he's always
No, I'm sure he's like the phone can't be off.
right.
Well, how do you live that life?
I mean, you're
How does he sleep? How does Obama sleep? How does he sleep? It's time to go to bed. I gotta lay down. I got North Korea problems. Okay, I got all sorts of fucking economic problems.
Right.
I got this new healthcare problem thing going on. I got everything from soup to nuts under the sun.
Sure.
Everything. It's coming at me at every angle. I have advisors,
Sure.
but I got to make all the final calls 24/7. The minute my alarm goes off, I'm giving myself anxiety right now. The minute my alarm goes off at 9 o'clock, at 9:01, someone's like, what should we do about this
Right.
country?
That's if they didn't wake you in the middle of the night to be like, hey man, like shit just went down.
And then you tell me he's not sleeping. When I used to be at the bar like 24/7, I used to go to sleep and dream for 8 hours that I worked a full shift.
Right.
And my sleep was work.
That's horrible. Dude.
It's work. It's horrible. So you tell me the president lays down and just like he doesn't think about everything that's on his mind?
Yeah.
And then he still has to like sleep with his wife and like
Does she give him shit?
oh my we're humans.
Right. So she still is like, hey, Barack.
They have to have such normal fights too. Like I told you not to leave the fucking toothbrush
Right.
laying on the thing.
You think she ever goes through his phone? It's just like, well, let me just see who Barack is texting today. Shit like that.
I would say yes and no. Like yes, sure, why not? He has nothing to hide because like his phone is not private,
Right.
unless it is. But then again, if you really wanted to have something private, like Lewinsky, what's his face? Clinton hid everything.
Yeah.
So you know, if you're gonna be shady, there's ways to be shady.
Right.
But I gotta imagine she's like she's like giving him the silent thing, and he's like, oh god, I got fucking Libya up my ass. Yeah.
She's like, she wanted her sister to come over.
Right.
And he's like, look, not today.
Yeah. I got to deal with fucking Dennis Rodman right now,
Right.
making an idiot out of it. No, I got Obamacare.
Right.
It doesn't work, and you're gonna give me shit about your fucking sister. I wish I had because he's human, right?
Right.
He has to have had those breakdowns.
Sure.
Like she's like, I told
He's
you.
like, Michelle, shut up! Like, shut the fuck up!
Bitch, I'm the president.
Like, God damn it, shut the fuck up!
Like I told
Sorry.
you.
Michelle, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean it, honey. Like, she's crying in the Lincoln bedroom.
No, yeah. Exactly. No, honestly, we're $50 trillion in debt. Tell me about the toothbrush. Let's talk about it. Let's sit down. I'm sorry. Everybody go outside for a second and put the world on hold. Because Michelle told me I left the cap off the crest. All right?
Yeah.
And what does she feel like? Because she ain't taking that shit. She's got to be a strong woman to be first lady.
Yeah, of course.
She's probably like, do not trivialize the crest.
Right. Don't take that tone with me either.
Because we have to have our life. We have to have normalcy.
Yeah.
We have to find them. We have to find a balance.
You remember your children, Barack?
Right.
Like she starts dropping shit like that on there.
Barack. When she's mad, she calls him Barack. I mean, they gotta have normal moments like that.
Sure.
Like, I don't even want to get into this, but like, because we have a tendency to go right to sex a lot. Like we had talked about the tall man and having sex, and we talked about Ted Williams having sex. But like when you're together with someone for a long time, and sometimes you just need to be like, you need to have a sexual release almost out of habit.
Sure.
Like, it's not always going to be like Cinemax.
Right.
Right? Sometimes you're just like, do me a favor.
Right. Just toss me a blowjob.
Just jerk me over. Just come on. Just jiggle my balls a little, right? Like, they have to have those moments. They're human beings.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they're just in bed. I mean, and now he's got someone right outside the door.
I guess, like...
He's got to.
Sure.
He's got to.
Sure.
Someone stands there all night long.
Maybe not right at the door, but like maybe down, within sight of the door.
You think he has like like a thing near the bed with a gun near it or something like that or anything like that. He's got to have.
I've never heard of that.
There's got to be protocol where he got trained.
Oh wow! Not only have I never heard that, I've never even thought of that.
How about this? How about a comic book or a movie where the president's fucking badass like that? Like shit goes down, but we don't know that the president's been trained.
Right.
You know?
Didn't they just make 2 movies like that where the president was like the White House was on the siege?
Yeah, but I don't think the president was like badass.
Really? Because the one I didn't see the one of them, but the one I had no interest in seeing was the Jamie Foxx one where he was the president, and I love Jamie Foxx.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I saw the one with like Channing.
No, that was White House. It was White House Down. You saw Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah.
White House Down was the president was Jamie Foxx. And I like Jamie Foxx. I'm looking forward to him as Electro and shit like that. Yeah. But his president was like it was like a trash talking,
like a hip president.
Yeah. Like he was wearing Adidas sneakers and shit, and he was like, "Don't ruin the presidential Adidas" and shit like that.
Really?
Like,
I gotta see it.
Let's look at the trailers. I know now. Now I'm wondering why I didn't see it.
That sounds amazing, actually.
Hold on. What did I just say it was called? White House Down.
Yeah, but like. Ah man, Barack, like he seems pretty cool, like you hear cool stories about him, like he plays ball, and like you hear that he has a good sense of humor and stuff like that.
Here we go. Oh, you want to spend a few minutes watching this? The White House Down trailer.
Yeah.
Here we go. Come on. Anybody who's ever met him that I've read has always said he's a really nice, thoughtful guy.
Barack or Jamie Foxx?
Barack.
Yeah.
Although to be fair, I've never heard anything bad about Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, I mean,
not that matters. Nah. I always just hear he's a super nice guy. What is this? Gotta wait 3 more seconds.
We're just validating Barack.
Yeah. Here we go.
And once, we should follow Barack Obama.
Oh, let's do that. We're not gonna get him on the podcast.
We gotta get Chris Lilly and Barack Obama.
There we go.
We're gonna put it up there.
Be advised, coming in for a final approach. Ground all clear.
Welcome home, sir.
Thank you. What time does my wife get in?
1845.
Wake me if civilization ends.
Look, I need you to hear me right now. Look at me. I'm sorry that I didn't make it to your town.
Oh wait, this is
I
Channel
really
4.
wish I was there.
So maybe I saw a different
Well,
one.
that sucks because
You saw Jeremy
I
Renner,
thought
right?
you would want this.
These are White House passes.
Your dad here has a job interview with the Secret Service.
This is really cool, John.
You just gonna stick with John?
Yeah.
Okay.
John Cale. Why do you want to be in the Secret Service?
I can't think of a more important job than protecting the president.
You did 3 tours in Afghanistan. You received a Silver Star for pulling a corporal from a burning Humvee.
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
I was a little concerned that he was getting a little too warm in there.
You're not to look at Agent Todd. Evaluations from your senior officers. Sergeant Cale demonstrates a lack of respect for authority. Sergeant Cale has raw potential but seems determined not to realize it.
Special Agent Todd keeps making those sounds. I'm gonna start looking at him.
Did you get the job?
Yeah, I think I got a shot. You know how it is. They gotta go talk amongst themselves.
That was all a waste.
I mean, where's Jamie Foxx sassing the country?
Showtime!
All right, there we go. Now shit's going down.
Oh, he wasn't hired? It was during his interview this happened?
Whoa! Air Force One's getting blown to shit.
It's that ridiculous where the guy's like Showtime?
Yeah. Oh, I guess it is the interview.
Alpha 1, do you have the target? Roger that. We're holding the president in the library.
That's a library. Don't go in there. Just. Oh, this is so stupid. You ever been rock climbing? Will we climbing this? Unless you got a better idea, yeah. By the way, John Cale. James Sawyer. This is John Cale.
I'm with the president. We're in the White House.
They've taken the building and they're holding hostages,
Including my daughter.
Help is not coming. You just need to get out of there.
My little girl is counting on me right now, and I am not going to disappear on her.
This is the president. If you could connect me to whatever command structure we still have left. Please hold your calls. Very important to us.
This is obviously for the white audiences. They're not playing a lot of Jamie Foxx.
We have reason to believe that the explosive device at the Capitol was a diversion.
There's got to be a backup plan. Who could be behind this?
see the sneakers?
What the hell are you getting in the back for? Sorry, boss, I have it. I know you're into peace and all that. You gotta stick that thing out there and go to work. Damn right. Ah, can you not hit me in the head with a rocket while I'm trying to drive? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get your hands off my Jordans.
Jordans.
We gotta go.
Okay.
Please, shoot him! No, don't shoot him! Shoot him!
Okay.
All right. So I think that's
So hopefully you guys just watched along during that, like looked it up. Looks like it is there's no mistaking what it is.
Right.
It looks like it is an over the top, like unbelievable, but fun to watch and make like mock kind of thing. I'm gonna watch it.
Right.
I mean, we saw the whole movie just now.
Sure.
It's the whole movie.
Well, his daughter's going to make it out alive. And the
100%.
president's going to make it out alive.
100%.
And Shannon's going to make it out alive.
Right.
But I think the trailer I saw, though, was skewed to a different audience because there was a lot more Jamie Foxx, like, trash talking as the president. Shit like that. Like, that scene where he was like, get off my Jordans was in the beginning of the trailer.
Right.
And then it was just a lot of sass talk and shit like that. But
that's what I'm saying. It's just like, I just don't know how he maintains his cool at all.
Right.
And if you were president, I mean, I guess obviously you have to adapt and you have to know that you need time to yourself. But if you're president and want to just sit down and watch some TV,
sure.
How do you let go of everything in your head?
Because you know why? I think that a part of it, Sal, is being like, I'm the president of the United States. I'm the president of the United States for at least 4 years, hopefully 8. This is what my life is. I have to also take care of myself to a certain degree to best serve.
To do my job, right?
So if I'm going to sit down and watch the fucking Lakers game just to relax and unwind, like that's in the best interest of
I hear what you're saying. And what I'm saying is yes, but it's one thing to be aware of that and another thing to be able to do it.
Sure.
It has to be a learned thing.
Right.
Because I feel like I couldn't do it. I would love someone to interview him and or interview any president and ask them those things.
Right.
Like, how do you, because you get shit, like George Bush got so much shit for the amount of vacations he took.
Sure.
Like he was on vacation all the time.
He was like the most, he spent time in that ranch like the most of any president.
The history.
Right? Camp David, right?
Yeah.
But he was still working while he was down there. Like I think that was his point. He was just like, look, I'm not in the White What does it matter that I'm not in the White House? Like I'm here. I'm still working.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't think I can do it. But what are you going to do?
It's unbelievable.
If you became president tomorrow, right? Let's just say whatever. Is the first thing you do? Because me, I'm just like, I want to know about Area 51. Like I want to know all the secret shit.
I don't think you're going to get told that.
No?
Isn't there security clearance above your head? Like the president, isn't it like not everyone knows everything?
I mean, it's probably for the best, but I mean,
right?
You're the president.
There's people out there that are harboring those secrets. How do they do it? Like, wouldn't you? When you like know a secret, sometimes you're like, I can't even if it's your own secret. Like I wanted to tell my parents,
right?
Like that we got a second show, whatever, and I couldn't hold it in. Imagine there's like 20 aliens in a box somewhere.
Yeah, I definitely want to tell everybody.
Hey, imagine like you're the guy and your friend's like, what's going on? You're like, nothing. And he's like, you're acting weird,
Like I come over to the White House, you're the president, and I'm like, what's up, dude? What happened?
No, just busy, just doing stuff lately. Nothing. What's going on with you?
Like, what do you mean? What stuff?
What? No, I just, oh God.
What? No, dude.
Oh, man, I was eating lunch the other day.
Yeah?
And I got to talking to Todd from the CIA.
Okay.
I can't do it.
What? Dude, you can't start saying it and then not say it.
I know. It's killing me. I should have never said nothing to begin with. Just forget about it.
But we're here now, though. I can't forget about it. You started.
I can't do it, though. I'm you know how it is. I'm the president.
Right, I know. But I mean, I got security clearance or else I wouldn't be here.
I know. Dude, it's so cool.
What is?
If I tell you.
Yeah.
You gotta promise.
Okay.
You gotta.
Dude, no one.
Swear.
I swear.
You
no
have
one.
to do. See, maybe if I wasn't president, I'm sorry, I can't.
Dude,
I
you
can't do
dude,
it.
you can't. What are you gonna do? The next 4 years, not talking to your friends? You're gonna go fucking crazy. God, dude, I'm not gonna tell anybody. I'm not even gonna tell anybody.
If you tell people though,
Okay, yeah.
like I could get in, it's deep shit.
Listen, you're the president.
You know that.
You can have me killed if I tell someone.
That's a misconception.
Well, you can make my life hard.
That I can do.
So, out of fear and respect alone, I'm not gonna start.
All right, you can't tell.
I'm not gonna tell anyone, dude.
You can't tell your wife.
No.
How do I know you're not going to tell your wife? Because listen to me. If you go home and tell Rose,
I'm not gonna tell her. I'm not telling
now
Rose anything.
it's on Rose, okay? Now Rose has to keep the same secret, right? And now you don't know what Rose is going to do for the rest of her life. And Rose might say she's always with that. Who's that one she's commiserating with all the time? Josie?
Josie.
Let's say they go out one day for a brunch or something like that, and she just wants to confide just in Josie. Now Rose thinks she's just confiding in Josie.
By the way, Josie got drunk at a party last week.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This doesn't serve you.
She told me that if I wasn't married to a best friend, she would give me a hand job.
Okay. Well, as much as I want to celebrate that right now.
Well, I just told you a secret.
No, but that's bad on your part because now I know if you tell Rose, she's going to tell Josie.
No,
Josie can't keep her damn mouth shut.
well,
hold on. Yeah, blow it up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
That was cool, dude. You just blew something up.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Come on,
you get
dude,
used to it.
blew someone up.
You get used to it, and don't say nothing about that either.
I'm not. Dude, you got to trust me with shit. Trust me with this and watch. See how much you can trust me.
All right, knock.
Okay, who's there?
It's classified.
All right.
I can't. It's my little way of saying I can't do it.
Come on, buddy.
All right, dude. I can't. Oh,
Come on.
My God. There is
Yeah.
we have a wing here. Nobody knows about it.
Secret wing.
Yeah. That's not even the secret.
What's in it? Well, that's a secret.
Well, you know what? That was the secret.
No, come on, dude. You just said
Oh,
that
my
was
God, dude.
You're better than this. You're better than this.
All right.
Come on.
Okay. Let's just say.
Yeah?
Let's just say. Okay.
All right.
Let's just say. We.
Right.
Hold on. Close that door. Close that door. Yeah. Thank you. Jesus Christ, I gotta ask twice.
Right.
I think I wasn't the fucking president.
Good. All right. We
are
not
alonesies. I can't say anymore.
Are you fucking
I can't say
kidding me?
anymore. I can't say anymore. And you don't really know what that means. So just take that and do what you want with it. Because let the record
Would
stand.
you know that for a fact?
That's all I'm saying.
Holy shit.
That's all I'm saying.
That's like some Men in Black shit.
That's all I'm saying.
Are we in danger?
That's all I'm saying.
You can't say something like that and then not.
Right now you're in the wrong. I gave you what you needed to know.
Yeah, but
I covered both of our asses.
Okay, can I just ask you one thing? And then I'll drop it?
Yeah.
Do you know more about them?
Dude.
You know more. Fuck.
I know.
Are you going to be able to tell me eventually?
I mean, let's see what happens with this second term.
Okay.
I can't be here.
Am I in danger?
I tell you what.
Should I be stocking up soup?
You say a couple things, and I will not say yes or no.
Okay, right.
But I will try to help lead you down a path that will help you feel more comfortable about the state of the union.
Okay. These probes I've been hearing all about.
I said, hold on.
Fucking people all day with this, huh?
It's what I do. Go ahead.
What are you not
That's
supposed
what
to
I
take
deal
a
with.
moment to hang out with your friend and relax?
This is what I'm saying. I go to sleep and I sleep through a fourth term, a third term.
That's crazy.
In one night.
Probes. Are they probing or is that just... Should I be worried about probes?
Should you be worried about probes? How do I put this? Well...
God, they do.
I didn't say anything.
That's so fucked
I didn't
up.
say
That's
anything.
crazy.
I didn't say anything.
Oh my God.
I didn't say anything.
I know, dude, but I'm not going to be able to sleep.
But I
tonight.
didn't say anything.
You didn't.
Don't react like that.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's just I have fear of things going up my ass. I always hope that was like a...
It's not that way.
Oh, really?
It's not that way.
Is it worse?
Forget what you know about probes.
Really?
Forget what you know.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow. Jesus Christ. What about the?
Listen,
Yeah?
don't be going and telling Rose about
No,
this.
no.
You came right back. You told me about Josie.
Well, of course I'm gonna tell you. You're my best friend.
I know, but what about Josie? What about the confidence Josie put in you?
Listen, bros before hoes, my friend.
That is true.
Yeah. All right, so that's how that would go down.
Yeah, okay. I mean, does he have conversations like that?
He's got.
There's
to.
no way he does.
He's got to.
No, I think you become. I think that
You went to
over
high
the-
school with Barack Obama. You're not busting his balls and asking him.
Well, you saw those old pictures of him like smoking weed or like in bell bottoms and shit.
Yeah.
But I think what I was about to say is over the course of your preparation from square one to presidency, I'm sure you change. You have
Sure.
to evolve in a way that I don't think not everyone can be president, man.
No.
And I think that you learn quick, but I'm sure there is. It's the most thrilling, gripping thing to have a glance into the other that other side of any president ever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's got to be. Shit. Well, dude, we've been doing this for over 40 minutes now.
Okay.
So we've actually outdone. Our intro is longer than the podcast that's to follow.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I got caught up.
No,
there.
no. We both did. It was fun. You want to get the business out of the way now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Gallagher first. Let's drop the bad
Okay,
news.
there's bad news about Gallagher. We don't know how many of you actually purchased your tickets prior to today. If you had heard, Q and I were going to go see Gallagher again during his last Smash
Right.
tour. We purchased tickets to see him March 7th in New Jersey. We have our tickets, and we invited you all to come along. It was going to be a big night. We are going to go do it and then do a podcast about it. Out of our hands, we found out that we got booked to play our hometown of Staten Island.
Right. That same night.
That same night, the St. George Theater on Staten Island on March 7th, which is, and it's, if it falls through, we got you. But I think it's actually 99% solidified.
Right.
It's a hometown show. It's a big show. It's the way it works is we can't get out of it.
Right.
So what we want to do is
First of all, don't buy any tickets.
do not
If you
buy.
haven't already.
Well,
Unless you want to go.
If you want to go see Gallagher, go. But if you're coming to see us there and have that experience with us, we will not be able to attend.
But we're gonna come up. If you did buy a ticket already, we'll find a way to make it up to you.
Yes,
And we'll announce that next week. We'll come up with something.
Yeah, for people that can just show us that they purchased a ticket before today.
Right.
Before
Absolutely,
today,
of
because
course.
we don't want to, we will definitely make it up to you in your eyes. I mean, you're still going to go see a great show in Gallagher.
Right.
I'm assuming you live in the area. I'm assuming it's doable. I'm assuming you didn't book passage
Right.
to get here, and you're in for a couple of G's or whatever.
Maybe we could send Casey and Joe Ambrosio
with our tickets.
with our tickets.
Oh, that's a great idea, because the other altars, we were also going to raffle off our tickets.
Right.
But that is a much better idea.
Yeah, I wonder if they'd be willing to do that.
Although they're going to want to be at the St. George in case he's going to want to open.
Right. All right. Well, we'll work something out. We will work
Something will happen. Maybe we'll send like Walt and Brian or something
Walt
like
won't
that.
go. Ming would go. We'll figure something out.
Something fun.
Just trust us that we got you back. We don't know if anybody bought a ticket. Nobody's.
That's true.
So hopefully nobody bought a ticket yet.
Yeah.
But if you have, we will make it up to you. Promise. Second order of business.
Stitcher?
Stitcher, that's right. The Stitcher Awards. We're releasing this on Sunday. Tomorrow is obviously Monday, the 13th. Last 2 days to vote for us for the best new podcast for the Stitcher Awards. It would be a hell of a win for us.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
really would.
we are excited about it. We're and it would mean a lot. It would mean a lot to us because it's fun to do, and to be acknowledged for something that is fun to do is just great.
Right. And again, that only comes from, that's not people deciding up on high. That comes from listeners of the show voting for us. You have to vote every day. So if only because of you would we win.
That's right.
That's what
which
would
is
make
even
it,
cooler.
Yeah, would make it really cooler. And we are up against Jeff Garland, which is
Oh, are we?
yeah, tough.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know. Because he's brilliant.
He's like I love
I
him.
know. But hopefully we win. So please go there and go to at What Say You Pod, We always have the link up there. You can go vote for us. Tell them Steve Dave, I Sell Comics.
Yes, we got to vote for those guys too. Tell them Steve Dave is up for best
podcast overall.
And that podcast is amazing. We know that.
Yeah.
We love those guys.
So,
and I Sell Comics too, right?
Yeah. Kevin's up for a bunch. Scott Mosier is up for some. Will Wilkins, Netheads. I mean, you could see the whole lineup that we would ask you to, if you could vote for, please do it.
They let you vote once a day. And it ends I think tomorrow.
Yeah. So really, it's just one more day of voting.
So if we get this out tonight, it's one more day of voting.
Right.
Nice little push. We have it on our Twitter feed, and then we have the website, What Say You Podcast. If you can't find,
right.
Well, you're probably there right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's ways to find the link.
Sure.
But we also want to put up the pictures from last podcast, so we will do that.
Well, Joe put them up on his Twitter, SI Bad Boy, and I retweeted them through.
Oh, okay.
What's his? So they've already.
So if you wanted to see the pictures from Mac last week and the pictures that Casey got us as a gift and stuff, check out SI Bad Boy or check out our Twitter feed. Okay.
And was that it?
Well, we're on tour. We're currently on tour right now. We're in the thick of it, and we are playing Houston and Atlanta this coming weekend.
Right.
And that's Friday, Saturday night, respectively. And then I think within a week or two after that, we're playing Dallas and Austin. And we are very close to booking a very huge show, a couple of very huge shows in the beginning of the summer. We will let you know more about that when we do it. And then, of course, March 7th is going to be Staten Island, I think, and March 8th is going to be Westbury. So we're touring, and the show's on right now. Third episode will be on this week. We're 2 weeks in. It's on Thursday nights. You guys probably all know that already. And I think that's everything.
It. All right. And so
just one.
What do you got? Oh, you want to try and make the phone call?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to try and make this phone call. And then after that, we're going to present the actual podcast for this week.
Yes.
Casey and Joe were kind enough to step up and record because I was too sick to do it. And I was very pleased with the results, so hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more of those guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But just to say something about their podcast, we listened to it. It's fun. It's really cool. I really enjoyed it. They did a great job.
Yep.
And then I just don't want the listeners to think I forgot about some things because, very much like I'm having my own little presidency in my head. I think of these things when I go to sleep. I have not forgotten about my favorite porn star of all time, Tori Wells. I have not forgotten about tracking down what happened to the box of porn. Right. I just haven't. That guy, he didn't want to be on the air because of certain circumstances. I will find all this kind of stuff out, and we will get it. And we have not forgotten about the Fast and Furious marathon. So you want to pick me an area code, buddy?
Yep. Let's do this. How do we feel about? Did we try Alaska? We did, right?
Yeah.
We tried Alaska. How about Maine? What's going on up in Maine? Maine area code. All right. We are looking at 207.
207.
Yes, sir. It's saying Maine Seoul area code.
Okay. So, that's good. Okay. So what we do every week at the end of the podcast, we make a call to any number. We make it up on the spot so we can reach out to someone on Earth and hopefully they pick up, and then we'd want to just dig into their life and have a great conversation with them. And we always do it at the end, which is problematic because if they ever come on and they fulfill that desire,
then we keep going.
It's going to keep going. And I know you have to leave. So still, I know you have to leave, but I hope this happens.
Let's see what happens.
No one has ever answered.
Passed his prologue, so we'll see what happens.
All right. Let me put it on speaker. Here we go. This is a random call to Maine.
The number you have reached, 353-698.
All right.
In area code 207 is not in service. Please check the number.
F you!
All right. Please enjoy, Casey and Joe.
Hey. High five.
High five.
We overcome the odds.
Well, welcome to What Say You podcast.
What do you say, podcast?
It's What Do You Say podcast featuring
that's
me,
ours.
Sal Volcano.
And me, Brian Q. Quinn. Just kidding.
It's a big old spoof on you because Q is sick. And Sal is sick with laziness. And they're dedicated to getting a podcast out every week. So, and this is so funny because we talked about this. They talked about this last week on the podcast. Yeah. They sent us in. Welcome. We are the JV Squad. I am Casey Jost.
And I'm Joan Bergio.
And we are filling in for Q and Sal. How do you feel, Joe, about doing this?
I feel good. I'm excited to do it. This is great.
Can you believe we're doing it
I can't believe
week after?
We are here in the bowels of North South Productions. In the office that we work out of.
Yeah, that's right. Where Impractical Jokers was maybe not born, but where it was raised.
Where it was raised. This is the daycare center that it continues to grow up in.
That's right. It feels like that.
Coddled, yeah. There may be an echo in this room because we're in a conference room closed off somewhere.
And let's just put it out there. It was a nightmare getting this thing going.
Yes, it took us 20 minutes. I have to leave in 20 minutes.
We are both. I mean, if you ever met us, you know that we're kind of nerdy dudes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of strange that we messed this up so badly. But
we were working together, though.
That's right.
And we did it.
Well, they always start the podcast, or they have been recently, with being what's up, assholes? And you could go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
We're not as confident as they are in a lot of ways. I don't think that I don't think we've earned it yet.
We don't want you to fuck yourselves. We want to earn it, and
that's right.
We want
to fuck you. In a way that we want to
audio fuck
you by proving ourselves to you before we tell you to go fuck yourself. But as soon as we do, then
you'll know. The moment we tell you to fuck yourselves, you'll know we feel like we've earned it, and you can tell us if we're right.
That's right. We're in this journey together. So this is exciting. I saw Sal today, and we were trying to figure out some way to do this podcast.
Right.
We want to do it. The funny thing is about Q being sick. Last week was he left the podcast
in the middle of it. Yeah.
In the middle to go to the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed."
What does that mean?
No, it's an old kid song.
Oh, can you
no,
sing?
He didn't say that. We're off to a great start.
Right.
No, he said that he's sick, and we shot an episode of Impractical Jokers the other day, and I was there, and Q trooped through it. Although it was great because we actually it was a shorter day because everyone was like at full mast.
What's great about these guys is that you can never really tell when one of them is sick or not. They go right through. They're great at what they do. For not just sick though. Do you remember the wine story?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great story.
Yeah.
So, not the wine store. It was the vineyard.
Oh, okay.
But they were selling wine.
Like wine tasting or something.
Wine tasting.
So this was a refuse you lose.
It was a refusal. Oh no! You had to sell a bottle of your wine, and then the guys created the bottle with the label. So I think one of them was Maya Soul, which
that's where Maya Soul comes from.
That's like one of the first Maya Soul things that we used on the show, which, as you know, is my asshole.
My asshole, yeah. And I think that didn't someone name their child
Maya Soul? Yeah, I think someone, like a fan or someone,
named their child Maya Soul. They didn't get the joke. They didn't realize.
That's ridiculous.
Which I hope is true.
Definitely. I don't know. But so we're all there. Of course, it's a vineyard, so there's heaps of wine everywhere, and Q has this. He has a taste for the finer things in life. Mm-hmm. He likes a little bit of wine.
Yeah, he's
like anybody,
like a gentleman would.
We started filming in like the middle of the day, and we just kept kind of filming. And of course, I mean, there's so much wine around, and he did a lot of taste. He did a lot of flights.
Right.
Let's just say
several flights of wine.
Several flights, but he filmed his bit kind of earlier. Like they take turns when they film, and he finished a little bit earlier. So I think he thought he was like good for the day. Off the hook. He just had to react to other things. Sometimes we film our intros after the bit.
Right.
So we're there to film the intro. And they all line up the way they usually do.
We're here at the so-and-so vineyard today to try and sell wine.
And Q had, with his many flights of wine, Q, he didn't sound great. He didn't sound like himself.
Right.
He sounded like a heightened version of him.
If you listen closely to that intro, you'll realize that he had a couple in the bag.
That's my favorite thing in the world.
I love that. It's like a little Easter egg.
Because they also gave him the least amount of lines, but you could still tell.
Can you do the intro?
It's like we're here at what's it called? There's Sal's like, we're here at what's it called, Vineyard, and we got to sell our own bottle of wine. Yeah, the thing is, the other guys made the thing, and it gets the Q, and he's like, and you got to do it. You lose. Just slurs through it.
Right. You got to do what you say. You lose.
It's not do what you do. You do it.
I don't think it was that dramatic though. It's like it was like a slight slur.
Yeah, it was just
to the keen ear.
It's because he was trying. So I think it was the thing is he's trying so hard.
Right, because he's on television.
Yeah, he's on television at that point.
Yeah.
I actually can't remember if that aired. Did we only show a little bit of it? Did we use it for a special?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember if it aired. We definitely probably couldn't use the intro, but that could always be picked up some other time.
That's great.
You know what's a funny thing about season 1 when we were shooting? We used to do outros.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
There was this whole thing, whenever we'd have to schedule a bit where we'd shoot somewhere, whether it be like Gold's Gym or some other place like that, we'd always have to work in time for an intro and an outro, and because there's always a loser, and now you see a scoreboard, it's a lot easier, but there was a time where we'd the guys would call out who the loser was at that time.
Oh, so today Sal lost.
Right, but sometimes when you go back to the tape, there's different ways there's the secret is there's a few different, this is maybe unweaving the entire show, but there's sometimes, there's discrepancy, and another person could lose, or they could be well, he actually, he did win that, or, whatever it is. And, but we used to do an outro, which would take more time.
So unnecessary.
We should find those.
If they exist, I had no idea.
We burn the footage as soon as it airs.
That's not. Yeah.
We burn we film this on reels. It's like a
highly flammable reels, which we keep next to the furnace in the basement of this building.
And the building's on an old Indian
ground. And the building is constantly on fire already.
Yeah, and it's cursed. That's great.
Yeah.
So when we also left the podcast after Q lambasted me last week
because of your brother,
because of my brother,
who is what is he?
He's the head writer of SNL.
Of what? SNL.
SNL.
Which is
you know him.
Yeah, I know.
You reached out to him recently.
I used to sleep over your house in his bed, very often.
He
wasn't there.
Yeah. Well, he might have been.
Not
his room now has 2 beds. In
okay.
It.
Oh, okay.
So he could have been just sleeping. He was a nerd. He used to always just stay.
He has a lot of books in that room.
A lot of books. He's read way more books than I've ever read.
Yeah.
I've read about 2.
Yeah. Combined?
Yeah.
If you add all the books you've started?
Of course it's going to be combined.
I don't know.
But yeah, Q was lambasting me last week. And so it's funny that now, after all that lambasting, I got his back right now.
I know.
By trying to put out...
Because you're a true bro.
I'm a true bro.
He's like our big bro.
Mm-hmm.
And big bros sometimes, give their little bros a hard time.
That's true. My brother he gave me a hard time when I was real little. But after a certain point, he just kind of got quiet and started learning.
I gave my sister a hard time growing up. We both kind of just got on each other's nerves, but we're super cool now. We went out to dinner the other night.
Where'd you go?
This place in Park Slope called Bogota. I think we had brunch there once, you and I.
Really?
I think so, a long time ago. Right down the block from Southpaw.
I can't remember.
Yeah, nice.
I'm sure we've had so many brunches.
We've had so many brunches, which stands for Brooklyn Lunch.
That's right. Another I was thinking about was recently you contacted my brother.
Yes.
And you asked him, this is something people don't realize. Sometimes you could just reach out to people. And you've known him, though, for a little while. You had an insight.
Yeah, since forever, it seems like, yeah.
But you reached out to him and you were like, hey, can I get 2 tickets to SNL?
Yeah, and he was awesome about it. He helped me out. He got me a couple tickets. My first time seeing the show in the audience there.
Yeah.
It's really cool, all that, the production and everything.
I've gone twice in my life.
Really?
I think I've gone to the show.
But have you ever emailed your brother for tickets?
No.
Maybe that's the thing.
Yeah, maybe I gotta
email. I can give you his email address if you want.
Please do.
Sure, you got it.
Thank you.
I'll email it to you.
Yeah, just send it. Put it in the description.
I'll ask him if it's okay if I email you his email address.
That's a good idea.
I don't want him to not let me on the show again.
What did you think of? What was it like? I mean, I think that's one thing that everyone there's people have bucket lists.
It's so cool. You don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You can feel the excitement in the air, sort of as they're getting ready and they're counting down to to when the show starts.
Yeah.
And John Goodman was on the episode, and Kings of Leon were the musical guests. And while you're waiting for the commercial to come back, you see them setting up. I just look over and there's Sylvester Stallone and Robert De Niro, completely unannounced, totally unexpected, sitting on a couple of camels. Which I think your brother wrote that sketch.
Yeah, he did. He did.
It was great.
Yeah, which is cool. Yeah, he got to. They wrote that. I think they wrote that on Saturday.
That day.
Yeah, they start writing stuff basically Tuesday night. Not
so
even
cool.
You think they have a week to do it. They don't have 7 days to do it.
No.
They pretty much start on Tuesday night and kind of write things
stay up all night.
stay up all night, write stuff, rewrite from Wednesday to like Friday. But I think they wrote that sketch either like late Friday or Saturday day.
Because they didn't know for sure if the guys were going to be on.
Yeah, I don't think they knew that they were going to do it.
Right.
I think they like showed up and they were like, we'd be down to do this.
It's so cool. And then you put all this work into writing for this thing all week, and then it's done, and then you move on to a new thing like right away.
Totally.
It's something kind of like almost like I don't know what the word is.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's
almost like a release. It's done, and you don't have to worry about it again.
It's disposable in a way.
Yeah.
Like it's a good, you know what I mean? It's
you put it all out there for that one thing.
Yeah, that's always I like doing. I do like improv, and that's I've always felt that way with improv. It's you get a little bit of, and SNL has the same thing. You get a little leeway if you see a bad sketch on SNL, which they have occasionally. It's there for a time people are always like, oh, they had a lot of bad sketches, but you give it a little bit more leeway because they put it up in a week. It's a live show.
Yeah.
And I feel like improv is the same way. If you see a sketch show, you think to yourself, if you see a bad sketch, you're like, they wrote that down and they practiced it and that's what it was. Whereas improv, you're like, oh, they didn't write it, they just make it up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So there's a little bit more leeway. And when it hits even harder in some ways. Yeah. And SNL is the exact same way. When it hits harder than all the shows.
Right.
Like a Key and Peele, it hits way harder than, even in Practical Jokers.
Because they have time to tweak it every step of the way,
How many Impractical Jokers tapings have you been to?
I don't know. Not that many, actually. Right. Yeah. Almost as many SNL tapings as I've been to. No, that's maybe like 6. I don't know. I mean, I've been on a couple episodes with you.
That's right. I think you might have a pretty good ratio of bits you've gone to and then gotten in.
Right. I've been in 2 episodes and I've gone to 2 episodes.
But you have this thing about you. Like, Joe has this way of like, kind of working his way into situations and then like sort of like not like getting like knocking it out of the park.
Oh,
I feel.
I don't know. Thanks.
I feel like once you're always like the side guy,
which I don't mind at all.
Right. Yeah. And I don't mean it as like to cut you down. Like I'm not being like you're the side guy, but you do the side guy so well that you make it even like a bigger thing. You know what I mean? You could take like a little part and make it like an amazing, thing. Like there's a few videos I'm thinking of in particular. And like online, you could probably search you, right, for it.
I don't know if I'll come up.
I want people to search and find some Joe Ambrosio videos. I wonder what comes up.
Oh boy,
I'm gonna do it.
Go ahead.
I wonder what comes up if I just search Joe Ambrosio. First of all, people are not going to know how to spell it.
Yeah, so
everyone's going to be like Natalie Imbruglia is going to come up.
Right, and she's very talented. It's a great song, Torn.
Yeah, if she's listening right now, which she is, so I'm going to search Joe Ambrosio. And first of all, your LinkedIn comes up.
Which is not my LinkedIn.
It's not?
It's probably not.
There's another Joe Ambrosio?
Joe Ambrosio Sr.
Your dad's LinkedIn comes up?
Yeah.
Oh, this is bad news.
Uh-oh.
So to spell it for people, it's IMBURGIO, Joe Ambrosio.
Yeah. Now my privacy is gone.
Can you say your last name? I don't think we've ever done. I've known you for over 10 years.
Ambrosio.
Ambrosio. You say it. Well, you just said it like with like a little.
Oh, Joe Ambrosio. That's my name. You gotta own it.
You keep moving your hand when you.
I move my hand when I talk. Can you feel it out there in the air?
Yeah, the mic is the windscreen we need. So second is Joe Ambrosio St. George comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Is your address? Oh, it's a Yelp review.
It's a Yelp review that somebody wrote about me.
Okay. This is fun. So I wrote a Yelp review about Joe. I wish we could even. This is so good. We didn't even plan this. The first thing that comes up for Joe Ambrosio is his father. Mm-hmm. The second thing that comes up for Joe Ambrosio is a Yelp review that I wrote for you. I think we have time. I think I'm going to read it.
Sure.
You could go to this. It's yelp.com/biz/Joe-Ambrosio-Staten Island. You could just search Joe Ambrosio. It's the second thing.
I was just talking earlier today with someone about how I love the fact that like I'm kind of like off the radar. Nobody really like searches for me or anything. But this is all blowing up right now.
Your phone number.
Oh, wait a second. We're gonna have to remove this.
Maybe. What? Wait. All right. So I've thought about this. I don't really want my phone number out there, right? But what's the worst part of having your phone number out there?
Everything is the worst part of that. Having your phone
How can I
there.
convince you to leave your phone number on here?
By putting your phone number on there.
By putting my phone number on?
Yeah.
Oh man, I would never do that.
Now, right?
But you are a different person.
Ladies and gentlemen, if this podcast goes out, there's a pretty good chance that I'm going to demand that this phone number gets erased.
Okay,
This
all
has
right.
already gotten
We'll talk about it. I'm going to try to continue to
I hate
convince
this.
you. So Joe Ambrosio, I made this Yelp page, and I had to kind of make it a business. So I picked the category of beauty and spas, which I think is
I'm very relaxing.
Yeah,
to be around. I think.
Yeah, and you're beautiful.
So far, so good.
It's the eyebrow. I put your real address, but I didn't put the apartment. We talked last time about your address anyway.
God.
Some of this might have to change.
Yeah.
I put for a website, I put fark.com.
Which I used to go to in high school. I haven't been there in years. But for some reason, you equate me to fark.com.
That is your web. Like, if you want to reach out, please, email Joe Ambrosio at fark.com. All right, now I'll jump into the review. It's by me.
Jump in.
First of all, I gave you 3 stars.
Out of 5. I know this Yelp review well.
I uploaded a picture, and the comment on the picture is weirdo. And it's you kind of sleeping at work. This is what I wrote. Here it is. Not a bad guy, but also kind of weird. Joe Ambrosio is a close friend of mine. He has some odd traits. I guess he's restless because he's always fidgeting around in his seat until he lands on a position, which is always bizarre. You can probably hear, if you go back and listen to this podcast, you'll probably hear a lot of movement, and it's probably because Joe's crossing and uncrossing his legs. Let me get back to this. Okay. He occasionally and unintentionally wears half shirts. Now, I just a break from the letter again. I wrote this, and you've stopped wearing half shirts. And I don't mean half shirts like crop tops. He wears like just shirts that, like when he lifts his arms, belly comes out. And he's like I said, he's a fidgety guy. He stretches.
I'm always just raising the roof.
Yeah, always raising the roof. But yeah, what was up with that? Why were you wearing these like half shirts for a while?
I don't know.
It was an accident?
I think it was intentional. I just wear sweatshirts. They kind of probably shrunk in the wash.
Now you're doing the tuck-in thing.
I do that a lot when I wear button shirts.
Yeah, that's smart. You look good. It's a good look.
Thanks.
I try to be, like people listening, I try to be like complimentary. I try to be like...
And then he rips you down.
Right. That's my strategy. This is good. He eats a lot, but he's not fat somehow.
I like food.
Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to catch up to me if I don't watch myself.
But you say that all the time. So I don't think it'll ever catch up to you.
We'll see.
Okay. He's generally a nice friend. He's a good listener. He's compassionate. One time, he helped me paint my bedroom. Wow. He sucked at it.
I'm not great with painting things.
You did a bad job. I think we even put you in charge of like taping, like doing the tape.
Oh, God. It must have been terrible.
Me and our friend Pat, our mutual friend Pat, we did a great job too. We were like really proud of our work, but we kept looking around and seeing like...
What was so bad about it?
It was just a little thing like you know, you strive for excellence sometimes with this, and we put the paint, like the painter's tape, perfectly on the ceiling so you wouldn't get anything. Right. But I think sections that you did, you still dabbed, and there was like the color like on the ceiling. Which makes you just a bad... You're a piece of shit.
I'm a bad person, piece of shit.
It was really nice of you to do that, but I paid you. I gave you beer.
No, you bought pizza.
I bought pizza.
It was like a small pizza. It was smaller than usual pizza. It was like a 9-inch personal pie. So
it was
shit.
But did you get one for yourself?
No.
How many slices did you have?
It was a Marie's pizza. There was like 3 of us eating it.
Well, I probably gave you more of mine. Probably not.
No, nice friend.
I said that you're lazy about it, but I guess thanks is what I wrote.
Yeah.
So
the tone comes through.
Joe comes from a great family. Both parents are really supportive, kind, and good looking. Joe is all right. He's handsome enough. He has his white eyebrow that looks pretty cool. I could see it being a polarizing thing. He pretty much always has a beard. Sometimes it's lighter than others.
Which is funny because I shaved last week for the first time in 2 years.
This is bizarre.
Yeah.
This is like an episode of Twilight Zone. I've never watched it, but
I've heard of it.
It sounds like it's this. He dresses like some young European dad or something. This describes this like thing. Not meant as a criticism. So I meant you dress like a young European dad, but maybe not in the bad way. You could take that in a good way.
How would that be bad even?
Exactly. Joe's a good buddy to have drinks with, easy to talk to, fun-spirited. But when Joe gets drunk, he's usually mean to our friend Samantha.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Pat's girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's funny because Pat came up.
I'm not mean to her. I'm just,
You have like a brother-sister thing with
Yeah,
her.
we give each other a hard time.
Yeah. And she's so easy to like give shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like she's like.
What I like
so
about her is that
on
she
board.
like
She's
talks.
fun.
She talks back, so it's like fun to find someone that you can kind of bullshit with
Yeah.
back and forth.
She's like an Irish Puerto Rican. Like she's like a Is she? She's Irish and Puerto
I think
Rican.
she's Italian, Puerto Rican.
What? Oh, I said Irish. Sorry, Italian and
Yeah.
Puerto Rican. So she's got like that the good sass.
Yeah.
Joe's kind of a weird drunk, but I'm cool with it. I say that, and again, things have come up recently where you've been like a weird drunk, like New Year's.
What was so weird about? How was I weird drunk?
I don't know. You slept at my house when everyone else left.
So, well, there was no room in the car that was leaving that night. Here's what happened on New Year's morning. I woke up on Casey's chair, not his couch. It was very important. A small chair that I woke up in. Casey's the host of this night, you know, right? I wake up in this chair, kind of bundled up, like cramped. I look over to my right, and Casey just sprawled out on the couch, 5 feet away from his bed, his full bed. And the first thing I say to you, what do I say?
He says, "Why do you get the couch?"
Yeah.
which is you're absolutely right. I think Lisa and I had fallen asleep on the couch, and I'm kind of hard to wake up. So Lisa went to bed.
Lisa
and
is
my fiance. Yeah. So Lisa goes to bed, and I just like couldn't be woken up.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stayed asleep on the couch. And so yeah, you woke me up with, "Why do you get the couch?" Which I immediately just got up and I apologized.
We were on autopilot that morning.
Yeah.
You got into bed, I got on the couch, and it was just like...
But then we had a conversation from me on the bed, you on the couch. We had a conversation like from there to there, which is ridiculous.
I know.
And also drunk recently with the Herm thing.
Yeah, we went out to celebrate a friend's birthday, Emily.
Yeah,
Who
friend
also
of the
works
show.
on the show.
Emily Amick.
She's the makeup artist, lovely girl.
Yeah, so she had a birthday party. Everyone from work was there.
Yeah.
You if you look at pictures from this night, you look like a distinguished fellow. You're like just so.
I dressed like a really well-dressed European
You
dad.
seem completely normal, and then I get a call at 3:30 in the morning from our friend who works with us, Erin Herm, and she's like, she doesn't even know what time it is,
Right.
which is immediately funny that the two of you are just out and about,
Right.
like laced at night.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, I don't know what to do. Joe's really drunk."
Like, okay, so let me you're painting me like an alcoholic.
Yeah,
this
you're
is
right.
a rare thing. I don't really get like this.
This is true.
I'm convinced that I got roofied that night. That's the only explanation. I don't remember anything except the next morning I woke up in Harlem, which I've never been to Harlem before. So I woke up on a stranger's air mattress to a person handing me a bacon, egg, and cheese. That's what I woke up to.
Right.
Which it was Erin's boyfriend, being a very generous host.
Sure.
He let me get the air mattress. He wasn't sleeping on it and made me sleep on a chair somewhere. Which was very kind of him, I'd like to point
Right.
out. And so, I was like, where am I? What happened? You have that, like, wake up
Yeah.
with that voice. So, yeah, I had to get on the train. It was like 125th Street. I've never fucking been up this high before.
Right. And you had a big show that night. You were playing bass in Kevin Devine's band.
Yeah, we opened up for Brand New that night, which...
The band opened up with the band Brand New with Kevin Devine.
Which was awesome. It was, like, so cool. And but that was my morning. I had to rush home to get my bass and then rush back into Brooklyn.
That's so rock star in a way.
I guess. Bacon, egg, and cheese part, right?
Yeah.
They just don't care what they eat.
Yeah, rock stars.
Yeah.
They eat as much as they want, but they might catch up someday.
Yeah. But I'm going to be late for band practice right now.
You got to go.
I have to go.
All right. Well, let me just finish this and we'll go. I even write, Joe is a great musician. His main instrument is bass. He's a sick bassist, I wrote. While playing, Joe's good at fucking it up.
Good at what?
So this is what I wrote. While playing, Joe's good at fucking it up, recovering, and making it sound like he did it on purpose.
That's how I cut my teeth.
I suppose that's his life strategy. So I think that's actually a pretty good way to end this, especially since you have to leave.
I have to run, guys.
So that's your strategy, is to just fuck it up and make it
You
work.
roll with it. It's important to... Every mistake is a learning experience, and you turn it into a victory.
Right. Well,
It's like that mistake of you putting my phone number on the Yelp review. I'd like to please
Correct,
emerge
yeah.
victoriously. And
Okay.
Please
All right.
remove it.
You're right.
In
The
my
way
dress.
you've left it out this long. It's like cached now, though. So could somebody?
No. No.
Well, thank you for joining us for Let's Say You. You will have the guys back next week. They're probably going to do a Houston, Texas episode. Sal or Q should do like an intro or outro to this just to explain all it.
And edit everything.
But thank you guys so much. We love you. From the JV. We're taking over for the guys for a podcast. Thank you guys for listening. And this is Casey Jost.
And Joe. I'm just gonna say Joe. I don't want to say my last name anymore.
Signing off. Thank you guys.
Peace.
I heard that Rome wasn't built in a day. Then how come everyone is rushing to get ahead? And if I seem to be reserved, that's just my way. Your questions seem like you're interrogating me. Yeah, I try. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a D next time. Okay. Here we go. I heard the lemon metaphor 4 million times. And I don't stand for lemonade, don't ask me why. And would a beverage stand be a job that be desired? And where would I get the wood, and should I try? Should I try? Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a 65. Yeah, I try, yeah. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I might as well just. Haha. The currency don't grow like leaves on trees. Then how come my money comes and goes so seasonally? And I wish farmers planted plants instead of thieves. My friend pays a ton of green for greener groceries. Yeah, she tries. Then again, she don't try. She gets an F for effort. She'll plant a tree next time. Yeah, she tries. Then again, I don't try. I get an F for effort. I get a D next time. Yeah, I try.